everybody. We are back.
Hi.
We are going to recap episode 3, Queens for a Day. Oh, I'm Anna Ortiz.
And I'm Mark Indelicato.
But y'all know that already.
Okay.
So before we start, how was your week? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's great. I mean, it's really hot here in Los Angeles right now.
Yeah.
I'm currently wearing a long sleeve shirt. It's 95 degrees outside.
But it's Balenciaga,
It's fashion.
baby.
It's fashion.
It's fashion.
We are making a podcast about a TV show about fashion.
I'm wearing my Be Ugly shirt.
Yes, you always come
I
through
got
with
some
the ugly
swag.
Betty. Yeah, you have all of the merch.
The girl keeps her stuff.
I don't have any of it.
Well, that tracks. So you can hear our beloved producer, Teri Weinberg, giggling in the background here. We have her here because we're getting some inside dish. Before we start the recap, we want to talk to Teri because she knows where all the bodies are hidden.
That's right. And she's a producer on this very podcast as
That's
well.
correct.
So
as we've told you
have her here
before,
all the
we've
time.
all stayed in touch very
Yes.
much so. And that means every one of us, even our beloved Teri has stayed there. So Teri,
Yes.
so for anybody who doesn't know, tell us what you did on Ugly Betty. What did you do in a day-to-day? What did you do? Like, what was your jam?
Girl, it's a 50-minute podcast.
All right. Well, like, give us the
There is
cliff
not
notes.
Give us some
enough
spark
time.
notes.
You know, it's funny because my parents always said, what does a producer do? They never understood what my work was.
Right.
And as a producer, you do everything.
Everything.
I always say I was a fireman. I put out fires. I was there to liaison between the studio and the network and producers and cast. And
I think I cried on your shoulder a few times.
Oh, I have no doubt. Take care of my babies, you know, but really as an executive producer on the show from start to finish, I looked at that at the Betty La Fea and, you know, from format to writer
to tone
to draft to anybody that's hired to when we, you know, to casting, to pilot, to series, to end of the day, you know, so you do a lot, you wear a lot of hats.
Well, I mean, I guess that just in talking about casting.
Oh, yes.
I want to know.
You were there for all the casting, no?
Of course.
Okay.
I want to know. Like,
it was a blur to me. I don't remember. I know
I don't
Salma was in the
recall.
room and
Yeah.
I know Sylvia was in the room. That's kind of all I remember.
Were you in the, did we bring you into the stage?
Yes.
At ABC?
Yes.
So just for some context, I saw you in New York, but ABC had a giant theater.
A theater.
With a stage.
It was so gnarly.
And there were probably, you know, 10 or 15 rows. And there were maybe 20 of us in there. And these amazing actors had to come in and stand on a stage and perform.
Yeah.
For
it was
us.
me and one other
Oh my
girl.
God, I just got the chills.
Down to
It was
2
crazy.
of us. Yeah, it was crazy.
I've never had to do like a network test like that before. Like in the you know, in those theaters with
You're
the
lucky.
stages. Like I've never had to do that before. And it sounds so gnarly.
It's awful. I mean, I think, you know, when I was producing The Office, I think we were the first show that actually did recorded, taped auditions and sent them into the network so that you didn't have to walk into a room and actually perform in front of, you know, 40 people.
Staring at you.
And sort of change the way, you know, shows cast. I actually believe that doing taped auditions as producer is the way to do it. Because I think it gives the actor.
Do you recall the how do I want to say it? Like who was cast when? Like down the line?
We auditioned kind of simultaneously. I mean, Betty, I think we saw.
I auditioned for Betty.
You auditioned for Betty.
Every Latin actress in Los Angeles auditioned for Betty.
We auditioned
for the role of Betty.
Miss Universe or Miss Mexico. We auditioned Sofia Vergara.
Oh,
I mean, all these beautiful people. And by the way, America is stunning.
Yes, yes.
But, you know, the network asked, we knew that we wanted America to be Betty from the minute we met her. And I'll tell you that story. But the network made us do auditions ad nauseum. I think we saw 100 or 125 women for Betty.
All of us came in to see it.
Yeah.
But I think I said this on our first episode. It's always an opportunity for the actors out there to, to come in and show your stuff. And then it did work out because you get called back. In my brain, I was like, there's no way I'm right for this part.
But also the first time I saw you,
yeah,
I said, there's Hilda, we're done.
Shut
Is that
up,
right?
Terry? I didn't know that.
See the
Oh my
chills? See the
God.
chills?
I just
I knew it right then.
you just took my breath away.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That's crazy.
That's happened a lot with me with casting. I see someone, I saw you, I flew to New York for auditions with Silvio. Rest your soul, sweet boy. And this one came in. I remember meeting you and your mother.
Mm-hmm.
And
package deal.
Yup.
yeah, right.
Yup. You get Lynn Indelicato coming in hot.
And
Yeah,
you're
she was
lucky to
hot.
have her.
Yes.
Oh, I would loved her. And laid eyes on you. And
Done.
then I'm thinking in my head, Tony Plana, America Ferrera, the two of you.
Done. It's a wrap.
Rap.
Boy, and in this episode, which we'll get to later, but it really showed that, didn't it? I felt like this was an episode where the family really, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
The
You understood it.
the dynamics and the
chemistry.
inner workings
The chemistry.
of yes, like it was all very so evident, like with the four of us too, like all four of us, not just
Yeah.
like Betty and Hilda
No.
or like Justin and Hilda or it's really this you
I
see
mean,
the family dynamic
In
the
truth,
unit.
that was my favorite place to be.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in that Suarez house. I wanted more of that family.
Yeah.
Just could not
It
get
was-
enough of you.
It was.
And the house felt like
Felt like a home.
the house.
It did
yeah.
feel like a home.
It felt like a home.
Are
Yeah.
there any, well, I guess you're going to be with us for this recap, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you can sort of, everybody stay tuned. She's going to pipe in with any sort of, behind the scenes nuggets that we haven't heard before.
Mhm. Drop some tea.
Read us down.
This other question I had for you, Terry,
Okay.
I just feel like whenever you talk about the show, you're so passionate about it, of course, and you have such like a visceral, like emotional reaction to it. And I just am curious of like when you signed on to produce this show and be a part of this team, like was the vision there or did it develop
That's
as
a good
you
question,
as
Mikey.
you as you started casting or the world was building, or did it not happen until after we shot the pilot? Like what was the vision that you had?
Well, first of all, I didn't sign on. I was at Reveille, the production company.
Right.
Ben Silverman, who
We'll talk
we'll
to
be
Ben.
talking
We
to.
will talk to Ben.
Oh boy.
came to me and said, I have this format. I want you to watch it. Tell me what you think.
Mm.
And so I sit down, I watch Betty La Fea, and this thing was just bonkers. Just bonkers.
The novella that
Yeah.
Ugly
Woo.
Betty is based on.
So it was the
is-
novella, and it was
yeah.
just super high energy, and everybody spoke really fast, and I didn't really understand all the Spanish, but you could get the kind of nuances of what was happening. But I knew at the center of it that there was this character that we could take and utilize in a way. I always said that Betty reminded me of kind of an ugly duckling story met Cinderella,
Mhm.
and so I said to Ben, I don't know what that is, but I think we can, I see the promise of that. And so we actually developed it as a half hour
A comedy?
before we
No kidding.
developed it as an hour. 2 writers before Silvio
Oh my gosh.
with ABC Studios for ABC. And we realized that there was so much more nuance. We wanted we didn't want it to just be a highbrow comedy, but we wanted to be able to live with these characters. And so I watched a pilot that Silvio had done that didn't get picked up to series. And I just thought there was something really special about the tone. So Ben and I reached out to Silvio, shared the format, and we had a call with him. I think he was in Switzerland or somewhere weird.
That tracks.
He was somewhere weird. And he pipes in and he said, listen, I was raised on this telenovela. My mother watched it when I was a boy, and I love it. It's in me. This is my life. And I came up with this great idea. I want Betty to be an undercover FBI agent.
You're kidding
And this is
me.
how we get her
Stop
into
it.
mode. And then she's the one that's going to investigate some wrongdoings in mode.
I feel like you've told me this.
That's
I'm
before.
sure I
I think
have.
that you've told me this.
I'm sure you've
before.
heard me say this before.
Yeah.
And, you know, me and Ben, we never stop talking.
Right.
You can't get a word in.
No.
And it was literally a cricket. And we weren't in the same room. And I don't think either one of us knew what to do or say. And we said, you know, no. But
no.
first of all, no. That's a hell nah. And but go and think about it, because we love you and we know that you have this in you. And
I
so
love this about you. I love your
Yeah.
faith in artists. I think that
Yeah.
that's such a rare commodity, and we're so lucky to
Mhm.
like have had you. And I think you spoiled us.
Yes.
You know, because I think that doesn't happen often. I think
No,
you're
yeah.
a rare bird. I think you're
Thanks.
definitely a
And like love
Yeah.
actors too.
Love
Oh my
actors,
God, I
love
love
the
actors.
process.
I want to eat
I
both
think
of you.
that's-
I mean, if people knew what I was doing behind the camera every week, and
I know,
I'm
it's a-
so happy I get to laugh out loud and not cover my
It's a show
face.
in and of itself.
But that's what, you know, that's what our business is that you have to have faith in
Yeah.
people. And I live by these creative ideas.
and take risks. I think this was a big risk, and I don't think people do that anymore. And you guys did.
I'll tell you a story about Selma later.
I was going to
but,
say, when did Salma come on board?
she came on kind of closer to when we were going to get picked up to pilot in the script stage, and she was very integral in helping us get this picked up.
Mhm.
I bet.
And I'll just set the stage by saying we were in Steve McPherson's office, who was the president of the network at the time, me, Ben, and Selma, and she was standing on his coffee table. And I'll leave it there.
Why do I not doubt that for
I-
even 1 second?
I know it to be 100% true. That is not, you have not misremembered that
and I'm
memory.
sure she was in like the most fabulous heels ever.
Yes.
Get out.
Like,
Get out.
okay.
Yep.
All right. Well,
But I think that we should just,
Yeah,
let's just dive
let's-
in, because
yeah.
I'm so excited to hear what Teri has to say about like things that I don't know, that we probably know nothing about making this
Absolutely.
TV show.
So let's get into it. We open up
Oh,
at
this is season 1, episode 3, Queens for a
Queens
Day.
baby. We open up at Vamp, a club. And I have to give it up to production, because throughout this entire show, I noticed that, you know, we were shooting in LA, but they really made it look like New York.
It looked like the Meatpacking District to me.
Listen, and the whole Queens stuff, which we'll get into later. I mean, that looked like, you know, you could
Yeah.
be walking down Queens Boulevard, like
Yeah.
for real. So like
Yeah, they
straight
did it
up
up.
and down, that was beautiful. Cause I think I watch a lot of shows that are supposed to take place, you know, everywhere else. And I'm like, oh, well, there's an extra in a Lakers jersey, or there's a palm tree in the
Yeah,
background. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
But I mean, to give everyone a sense of what happened after we shot the pilot, we shot it in New York,
Mm.
yeah.
all practical. And then the network said to us, yes, we would like to pick you up to series, but we're moving you to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And so there went the scramble of
Yeah.
where's the studio, having to rebuild the sets, and figure out a place that looked like Queens.
and yeah.
And it was hard. And it was amazing.
But it was beautifully done.
And this is the first time I think we really see we're out in
Yes.
exteriors.
Yes.
Exactly. Aside
Yeah.
from the little house stuff, but that was in the pilot. Okay,
Yeah.
so I loved in the club scene when Mark and Wilhelmina. I mean, it's just sort of like she can't get into the club.
Yeah. So- and Amanda won't look at
Becky
her.
won't even look at her.
Come
I mean,
back when we
Amanda-
let the regular people in.
Right. Come back on Mondays when we let anyone in.
That's right.
And by the way, that anyone that has lived in New York City has gone to one of these kind of nightclubs
Mhm.
that Vamp is based off of.
No.
It is that is not an exaggeration of
That's
the way that
right.
the club scene works.
I mean, I
or
never had to
worked.
wait on a line, but
Sorry,
I never had to
Girl,
wait on
I
a
have
line.
I've never
never
had to
done a
wait in a line
line
either, but
ever.
I've seen other people
Nor would
waiting
I.
in line.
I've seen other people do it, but her with
For
her
sure.
Xerox card was
Yo,
hysterical.
a Xerox card.
Not a
first of all.
Xerox card.
What? Okay. What
Attention to
is-
detail, friends.
What is a Xerox card?
Yeah, they don't exist anymore.
Do you know what a Xerox is?
a Xerox machine?
I'm going to punch you.
What? What is a Xerox?
Do you know what a
machine?
copy
like
machine
it makes
is?
the copies.
Oh, yeah.
It's the
copier.
name of the copy machine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that dinosaur.
Oh
that.
yeah, that thing.
So they're in the club, and I loved when Mark and Wilhelmina.
Mm.
This is my question for you, Marky, because
Yeah.
Marky says, Wilhelmina comes in, she's like, what's happening? And he's like, the usual suspects. And she says, Heidi Klum is a no-show. Isaac is in the back getting sloppy. And so-and-so a facelift, has a bad facelift. Lawsuit. And I'm thinking like the name dropping of it all, which we did so beautifully.
Yes.
But do you think, because I know for sure that Isaac Mizrahi, who we were referencing, was for sure watching it. Do you think that he felt a type of way or was like psyched?
I honestly think that any mention of especially about a show that is about like the world of high fashion. Yeah. I think that anyone that's being mentioned in that context, right, should be very, very happy to be mentioned. And then, obviously as the show like progresses and the seasons progress, I mean, the amount of guest stars that we had.
Did Isaac Mizrahi come on?
No.
But I mean, like just in terms of just down the road as the show progressed, like how many people came on?
Tim Gunn, others in the fashion.
I don't know. I mean, you never know what
who can
you never know what
touchy.
an old queen like Isaac is feeling, but
he's so funny that I think he would have got a kick out of it. I think he would probably
get a kick out of it.
All right, so we keep cutting back and forth between the club and the
house,
right? But when I just have to say, when we go home and you and Walter are doing Dance Dance Revolution.
Dance Dance Revolution, another sign of the times.
Fair, that is so true. But here is a perfect example of how a person can steal a scene without saying one word, because my entire life was watching you in the background when Walter and Betty were having the scene. You like having your little wiggle and like killing it.
Yeah, they had a choreographer. I remember that.
You had the moves though. Nobody can choreograph that.
I was eating it up.
You had the shoulder shake.
Yeah, it was before I don't know.
To recap for everybody who's listening, Marky has never watched these episodes. I just want to remind you all that. So what did you think when you saw that?
And he was 11.
Like, who that child is. Like, I think by the time we were filming that episode, because we were in LA already, I had just turned 12. And I'm like looking at this little kid and I'm like, who is that? Second, so gay. So undeniable. Maybe I was in a state of denial that it was like
you were 11,
not that.
To be
No,
fair.
not at the time. It like now in hindsight, I was like, couldn't have been that crazy. Okay, guys.
Oh, just you wait.
I opened my mouth and I was like,
you're just getting started.
Exactly.
I was like, oh, so it was just completely obvious. Like there was no.
When you break down the Mode magazine.
Oh my God.
Yes, that was fun. Oh, and then I think that this is going to be a running theme for the first season, but that wig atop her head.
That was a new wig, too.
That wig atop her head.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to have to keep talking about it because
it's going to get better, though, because it's going to turn into just bangs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And America's hair. We just did bangs for her.
That's right. It gets better.
We didn't have any money, dude.
No. I mean, listen, I can't. But every time, since we have been talking about it the last 2 episodes, now I'm like on the lookout for what wig it was and like what the wig looks like.
You can't even. You
guys don't even know how I obsessed sitting behind that camera with the director.
I can imagine.
And looked at those bangs and fixed that hair and fixed those bangs between every take. I mean, I was obsessed.
It was giving synthetic.
Can't not see it. You know what I mean? I can't not be on the lookout for what the unit is giving.
Yeah. The unit.
The unit.
I will have to say, I thought it was very cute with Walter and Betty. It was very sweet. And I liked that Betty had her moment of like, you know what? No. And he's like, I paid full price. Again, but I think it's attention to detail. Those little details of like, this is the world we're living in, right? Where it's like, we are sort of we're not the rich cats, right? We are like that to Walter is like, no, like this is a big
No,
thing.
it's a very big very grand gesture.
Yes, I love that sort of juxtaposition between the two worlds. I will say we go back to the club. We have our Bradford Daniel super like daddy tension, which is a running theme.
Yep.
Throughout the show, which I completely
approval from the father.
About. Yeah, like daddy approval. I totally forgot about that. But from every aspect.
Yeah.
Like that
Wilhelmina,
plays,
Daniel, you, Betty.
Yeah, that plays throughout the whole thing. But also Bradford said something that I was like, wow, that's when Daniel was talking to the model and Bradford comes up and he's like, be careful. I think she's only 12. I was like,
Oh, 12.
12, not 12.
Not 12, girl.
Not 12.
That's a little bit.
I mean,
we wouldn't be using that line.
I was going to say.
a little sideways.
Yeah. Also, that we would never play
Isn't that
today.
funny?
We could
that
never
triggered
do
me
joke.
too.
It totally
We
did.
could,
Where back
well,
then,
we're
you
literally
think
living
about
through it in the moment.
We're living through it. I mean, and then, well, another thing that we're also living through right now is we go back to the Suarez house and Betty's talking to Ignacio about the HMO.
Yeah.
And healthcare and him saying that he's running out of his medication and is trying to make it last. And I mean, that's also extremely topical, which we saw in the pilot.
Yep.
Right? When she's on the phone with the
and we'll stay there.
insurance.
We stay there.
Yeah, we do. And I
Episodically.
think it's really great. It's, again, the way that you guys did it, you guys like just the way that this show handled it. It wasn't a finger wag. It wasn't a bummer. It wasn't a like, woe is me thing. It was a fact. It was a reality that everybody is living with. And it just was dealt with as such. It wasn't, this sort of like, as God is my witness. It was like, this is what we're dealing with on an everyday basis. And you move on and you keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But before we go on to that scene, because you had a moment when you come in and you're like, she comes in from the club. She didn't get in. Obviously, she's obsessed. And you're like, how was the club? Wait, but your first thing is like, sow. Sow.
Sow.
I think you still do that.
I do.
That's so Long Island, by the way.
It's so Philly.
It's so Philly.
Sow.
Sow.
Tell me everything. And she's like super annoyed. I come in.
Your favorite heart chain bell.
That heart chain bell. I mean, I wore that too.
I love that. I love that. Heart
But what I loved most about this scene is that you sit down. Betty is eating ice cream and cake. Justin leaves. You sit down. You didn't get in, did you?
I knew that. I know you were gonna get in. I knew it.
And just kind of calling her out, but not to
harsh.
Embarrass her.
That's right. Just in the way, I think, Hilda, it's a very cool, very real sister relationship. It's like you can bullshit everybody, but you can't bullshit me.
Yeah.
And I think we have that we had that from jump. But I do want to give a little shout out to you gave one look before you leave. You're like, you gave your little, what'd you say? Like,
the puff pieces.
Pieces and blah, blah, blah. But then you stood there and you like looked up and down. You were like, period. Basically what you said was period. And then
period dot.
Period dot. And walked out.
You gotta look it to be it. That's the Herbalux way.
I mean, did we not say that line for literally years?
I cannot.
You gotta look it to me. That's the Herbalux way.
I've only but seen this episode this morning.
That's right.
But I just recall that line be America, and you and I would say that all the time for years, for even we would be like in season 4. You gotta look at Subia. That's the Herbalux way.
I do want to take note that we always ate. Like, and I don't mean ate like slay. I mean like actually ate the food.
By the way, where did that come from?
What?
She ate.
She ate. She's eating it up.
That's
left no crumbs.
Not.
Okay, Xerox.
Wait.
Okay.
Now wait a minute, Xerox.
Winner.
Okay, Xerox.
Okay, I see you. Noted. Noted.
She's actually writing notes. See, I'm in trouble now. Okay, look. I think this is also where we see one of the themes. I think one of the themes of this episode was definitely sort of like seeking approval from a father or a parent figure, father specifically.
Yes.
But it was also this thing of like, does Betty change who she is to fit in? or does she remain true to herself and stay herself?
This is okay. And because I have very mixed feelings about this, because on one hand, we can argue that like it feels maybe dated to say like you need to change yourself to fit in, right? That's not necessarily like the messaging that we favor like now, right? But on the other hand, if you look at it from a different like vantage point, that it's like, who cares about what's doing over here, like on the outside? Like if that's the only thing that you need to change,
that you're
like
bringing to the table,
or right, like, but I'm saying, I guess what I'm trying to say is that like Betty is the one that ends up saving the day all the time. So if all she has to do is just put on a different outfit, like who cares? Like she's still doing she's still saving the day.
In the context of the world, this is a moment to show the world that she doesn't need to change to affect change. And so we see her put on the face, gets the makeover, but we realize it's in here.
Right.
And that's the point that's the North Star.
Right.
Of
Correct.
Of
that it doesn't
that character.
matter what she,
right.
what
but sometimes you have to prove
presented.
that
Sure.
to show that idea.
Because I don't know. I was having like I was going back and forth like in watching it of just being like, because it kind of hit me when Hilda was just kind of like, listen, like these are not your people. Like these are not our people. So, and you want to get in with these people, like you need to like play their game.
Right.
You know, which I don't find to be untrue.
Agreed.
Do you know what I mean? So it's a complicated like push and pull between staying completely true to oneself, but simultaneously like needing to play the game.
Adapting. Like you can
assimilating.
Right.
It has,
like sort of
assimilation
give
is
and
under
take
there.
a little.
And that's what I think this episode, the other central theme of this episode made me think about, right? Is like, when does adapting become conforming?
Ooh, look at you. Pardon me.
I went to
That is
college.
Very professional.
I love him. This is why we have these.
But also think about it, because Daniel is always being compared to his brother.
Always.
And so there's the theme that's running through his story arc.
Yeah.
That he's going to be himself. He's going to be honest. He's going to do things differently. And so both of those stories kind of came together.
I just love how I don't know a show that does that as seamlessly and as sort of, it seems effortless in the, when you're watching it, but I know that I'm sure that it was not.
Secret?
Because it really
effing hard.
Really effing hard. Yeah.
Really hard.
I will
shout out to every single human that wrote on this series.
Oh my God, those guys the best. And Dalen is amazing.
I love her. Dalen Rodriguez.
Brilliant.
You.
Lincoln Lawyer.
Yeah.
Love her.
Badass her.
I did notice that with Vanessa. Okay. I'm going to just have a little fashion moment if I can.
Please.
This entire episode for me was meh. Fashion wise.
I was a little meh. I feel like there was an outfit that Amanda wore when she tells Betty, when Daniel comes out of his office and he's like, dress up on Monday, the striped suit. It was like I
thought it was just a shirt and a skirt.
It was like, but I think that it was like a suit, like a matching set.
Suit,
Oh.
I liked that.
Yeah.
It looked very Gautier to me.
Yeah.
Vanessa's poof on the top of her. Wilhelmina's poof is getting taller and taller and taller.
It was like an Amy Winehouse moment.
It's literally it's like the SNL sketch where like the hat or like what? No, it's not SNL. I think it's like Mad TV or something where like the hat gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Like why?
I literally wrote in my notes, big hair.
The precursor to the Snooki poof.
I cannot.
Wow. It was huge.
And then when she goes and gets the updo, she looked like a cone head.
It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't
Okay.
her best.
Okay.
like this.
We're gonna talk to Vanessa in coming episodes, and she was enjoying those high hairs.
Well, we're gonna talk
so
about
we're gonna
it.
talk
If
through it.
anybody can rock it, it is definitely
I mean,
her.
listen, the face card never declines. The
No,
body is tea.
yada.
Right,
Okay,
for sure.
I'm just saying it's
But
the
yeah.
poof.
It was so funny. And she and Brad, we see the first sort of flicker of like a Wilhelmina and Bradford, sort of like the way she like leaned up against
Little
the door.
flirtation, yeah.
like, but I mean, she could have chemistry with a chair. Like
And
she's
she
so
does.
incredible. And So then there's a conspiracy moment. Oh, that's what I was saying with Bradford meets the thug guy in the park. And that looked to me so much like New York.
Like New York.
I was really impressed with that. So that was...
I was not aware that, this is like a murder mystery storyline. Well, I was like, what is this part of the show? I was like, this, and obviously it's like very the novella. We see the masked woman. That for a second,
Do you
I
want
was
a
like,
secret?
Yes.
What?
We hated that storyline.
Really?
Well, clearly.
Hated
because it went by.
And the network wanted us to have a mystery. And we said, why are we having a mystery?
It does feel a bit incongruous.
It was, and that's why it kind of disappears.
Yeah.
So we had to very quietly
just let it dissipate
because we hated it. And the writers did not want to write to it.
Yeah. And you can tell. It's fine. And yeah.
Let's be honest.
But
did none of the writers want to write for it?
No.
So there wasn't even one person that was on our team essentially that really, really liked it.
As far as I know,
I'm just curious.
Don't think so. I know Silvio wasn't a fan of it.
Right.
Mr.
And
FBI.
so, right. So the trickle down was, your writing staff, they try to honor what is being put.
Of course.
But.
And you got to do it's that you got to do what the studio wants until you get those Emmys and that SAG award, baby. But we do start hearing more and more about Alex, about Daniel's brother, and sort of that. We have the brainstorming sesh with Betty and Daniel in the office, and he has this really vulnerable. I thought Eric did such a beautiful job with it because again, it wasn't hitting you over the head. He wasn't mopey or Eeyore-ish.
Yeah.
He was just sort of eating his Chinese food and having a gab, which I don't think. It seemed to me like he's never had someone he could talk to like this. And, talking
without
about
any
Alex.
semblance of judgment or not having knowing the dynamic at all.
Yeah.
She's a complete outsider in a good way.
In a good way.
Right? Like a complete objective observer of what he's gone through and that and then that's a great conversation that happens because then it makes her start thinking about who's the favorite between Hilda and Betty, because she says to Daniel, well, my dad doesn't have a favorite. And he's like, come on,
he does.
Every parent does have a favorite.
Yeah.
They just won't not everyone is like my dad. That would be so overtly obvious about it. And
if you notice in that scene though, when Daniel's laying on the conference room table during the conversation, it was a way. Again, Jim Heyman was so brilliant.
It was.
It was a way to level the playing field for two people to just talk, not boss and assistant. They were eye to eye. She's sitting, he's laying, and I just felt there was an intimacy to it.
Isn't that amazing? You think about it,
I didn't even think about it, but now when you say it,
that's all I think about.
Yeah,
exactly, right. And that's such a good point. We were so lucky with all the directors that we had, but Jim Heyman, he was so integral in that first season. He so really thoughtful. Really thoughtful, and he really loved the characters. So that was amazing. Then we go back home.
We go home.
One of my favorite things that I got to do as Hilda, I'm going to blow out my mic, but I always yelled, I'm just telling you I'm going to blow out my mic. Justin! I did it throughout the whole season, just yelling your name.
It's you yelling Justin and Wilhelmina yelling Mark.
And also, you're always doing it over your shoulder.
Yeah. Justin!
It's always it's always
over your shoulder. Never in his face.
That's right. No,
you're not going to make me late today.
It's just my favorite. And it's so, this is when my cousin called me. She'd be like, you owe me 10% because that is definitely me. I was like, okay.
Okay, anyway.
Checks in the mail.
Oh, also, wait. And speaking of father's approval, what we end up figuring out at the end of the episode is that Wilhelmina's talking about the senator. The senator. And originally I was like, is she dating a senator? Is he and then we obviously come to find out that that's another father figure.
Right. Which I didn't even remember until the end of the episode.
Right. I was like, well, why is she just calling him the senator? He's got to have a name. Also, if she's dating him,
you can see Vanessa just gives little teeny tiny feelings of insecurity. We don't see her this paranoid or this worried about who's coming to see her.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're getting a sense that it's an important person in the
She's
and
so
just like
brilliant.
impressing a man, but like you don't know the relationship that she has to like said man. Like, right? It could have gone either way. Like she could have been trying to like woo this guy.
Yeah.
Or obviously impress her father, which we
Right.
end up
Which we find
realizing,
out.
and he gives her 0.
So mean.
He gives her nothing.
So
But
we
sorry.
get to meet our guest star, who
Yes.
is I hate to say his name wrong. Reese
Choreo.
Choreo?
Reese Choreo.
Choreo. He's so good. He played basically a very similar character on Entourage.
He did.
A Queen's kid who's
Which
a
we got
director.
first.
Yeah,
Just
we did.
saying.
We of course, as we do, we did it first.
As we always
But
did.
he was great. I thought he
He was really great.
really charming and good, and a Queen's kid. And I loved the whole conceit of sort of, that, because I think that's true. I like that the sort of like it works in both ways. Like you have an in from the hood, and what I mean. That's like you think, oh, that's only for the Fifth Avenue people or whatever, they like know each other from Yale or what have you. But like the hood life goes far and deep too.
That's right.
Those connections run deep. And I love that they were able to sort of incorporate that and stay true to it. Cause I find that in my life, that's actually a thing that
100.
really
Yeah.
like
100%.
goes through.
And I mean, listen, say less. Like she wins him over with a sandwich.
With the hero
From
girl.
Sal's.
And
From
that
Sal's.
is true.
I love
You could win me over with a good sandwich from from my favorite Philadelphia sausage and peppers.
Sausage and peppers, come on.
And I just love that I don't know, I found that to be funny and so charming and sweet that like he calls and that he's gonna end up working with them because she like got him a hero from his favorite deli in Queens. Like I don't know, I just found that to be so sweet.
Do you know where they shot when she's walking down the street in Queens? Where that was? Was that like Eagle Rock or? I mean, it looked so much like Queens.
We were downtown.
Downtown.
Yeah.
God, that looked great. So shout out
yeah.
to like all of it because it really gave us
Yeah.
such a New York vibe.
Downtown LA. Thank you.
And so then so Vincent does end up calling. He wants to get lunch with Daniel and Betty.
Because she has cojones.
Because she has cojones. And Daniel's very, very impressed by this, tells her to dress up.
Yeah.
And
then Amanda, sorry, I keep saying Becky. Amanda comes in with the line of maybe
he means natural fibers,
sweetie.
Period. So obviously, where else is Betty going to go to get her makeover but from her lovely sister Hilda?
Yay! No, well, first she goes to Christina's closet.
Oh, she does go to Christina's. You're right. And Christina is like not having it. Like she's like, I will not entertain you selling out, girl.
And I don't even know
That's
how
right.
they even knew this about Ashley. First of all, her whole line about real women have fat arses and wobbly upper arms and PMS. And they don't, you don't have to change to fit in, blah, blah, blah. But I remember this is Ashley. I remember when I was thinking about getting Botox.
Oh my God.
Oh God. What did
Here
she
we
say to
are.
you? I don't know this story.
I was like, Ashley, I'm going to get Botox. And she was like, I cannot do a Scottish accent, so please forgive me. But she's like, no, you can't do it. And then she goes, you're going to look like a boiled egg. And she said, just get fringe, meaning bangs.
And listen, the network wanted her to do an American accent.
No kidding.
Really?
Yes.
I'm so glad she didn't.
Yes. And we lost our minds and said, we
Why are we
need her
hiring
in
Ashley?
all of her glory.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 And it's another one of those examples of like a character or a person playing a character that you can't even imagine anyone else playing it. Like even if Ashley Jensen was still playing Christina, but with an American accent, it wouldn't be Christina. Like it just would not be Christina.
I just can't imagine that. That is so.
And Christina would be so much less funny to me. I feel like without this, like the Scottishness,
The
like
brogue.
just
The bravado.
Yeah.
That made every joke 10
It's
times
funnier.
as funny.
Right. I don't know.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Okay. So we go back home. I love again the little Virgin Mary on the mirror. Shout out. I love all the tchotchkes of our house.
That's right.
I love that Ignacio doesn't know the word glamazon. He's like, glamazon. Because she's like, I have to be a glamazon and blah, blah, blah. Sitting home on prom night. And I thought it was just, she was like, you always try to encourage me, even when I was a rock in the school play. And he's like, hey, you were a terrific rock.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, couldn't be more dad behavior, you know what I mean? Like,
and it's very Tony too. I mean,
very.
He was that.
And it lends itself to, now that Betty got Hilda thinking about
right,
who the
I'm
favorite
eavesdropping.
is. Right. That it's kind of hitting you sideways.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, so she is the fave. But I think throughout everything, Hilda always thought Betty was the
I don't think that it was a new thought for her.
Exactly.
I just think that it was just like, it was just brought up.
Yeah, for sure.
Perhaps.
But Hilda always had those maternal instincts.
Yeah.
Because she went from, see, you're the favorite to, okay, let's go.
We're going to take care of it.
We're going to fix this.
Exactly. Which, okay. The ponytail on me in the summer.
Oh boy.
Okay. The hair story. The story that ponytail was telling
was not.
Do we need to do another podcast? Viva Betty hair stories.
Hair. Yes. Hair stories. Because by the way, we did have many hair stories on this television program.
Tragic.
It was hard. It's hard to launch a series, right?
Yes.
It was.
And we're in our 3rd episode.
Yeah.
And it's just constant. As you guys know, it's discovery.
Yeah.
Things you love, things that you hate.
Yeah.
And part of it was figuring out what you were comfortable with, what you guys started to love to wear, and all those kinds of things.
Of course.
Yeah.
It was, but I mean, I just think it's so funny.
But we made some good mistakes.
So funny.
It's all growing pains. And it's like you said, like we just didn't have the money. So it was like stick on a synthetic pony and
and get out
keep
there.
It moving.
Get out there, kid.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Because
keep moving your head this way. No spook.
I will say though, the rest of the other scenes, I did have that cute, like one side up, one side down, little flip on. I was still in my short hair.
Yeah,
era.
you had a short hair then.
And I was in this. I'm still with my like wannabe Cavalli because that was not Cavalli.
Not yet.
It was not.
Not yet. But then we meet Choli, our hilarious.
Man. She was so funny.
She was funny on the day.
Now,
She was really funny.
When they're giving Betty her pedicure, something that about America comes up is that America Ferrera can do many things. She pretty much anything. She cannot fake laugh.
She can't. We would challenge
her. She cannot fake laugh. But the thing that we always would do, I remember so vividly, is we would make her do, like when she had to laugh, we would make her look at us, do the fake laugh, and just like give her obviously looks of disapproval because it
very
was
big disapproval.
Horrible. And then she would really start laughing. So we'd be
she
like, go.
Fake laugh. We're like, roll the tape.
It's literally like, ha 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 ha.
She cannot do it.
It's so crazy.
I will say I loved the cross-cutting between the Wilhelmina makeover and the Betty makeover. And did you notice Wilhelmina's hairstylist was Gilles Marini?
Yes, I noticed.
I mean, he was the hot, sexy dude in Sex and the City who was Samantha's neighbor, the surfer.
Oh, yeah.
He was also on a show with me called Devious Maids. He was brilliant and amazing. And now he's like everywhere doing everything. And he's so stinking hot and amazing.
And he took a 5 under. I mean,
I can't even believe it. And
took
he's
a
so
tiny
hot.
role.
I feel like we discovered him.
Jacques. Yeah. I have a 2 o'clock with Choli. I have a 2 o'clock with Jacques.
He's so hot.
Jean-Luc.
Even in his little thing, he was so
No, that's
hot.
lovely.
Okay, so we love all the makeover stuff. The hairspray was hilarious.
Yes.
It's so funny because I'm watching this and I remember it. I cannot believe you guys are telling me this was 20 years ago. I really can't.
I know.
Because it just seems very, very vivid in my memory. Shooting that, everything.
Yeah.
And then we walk in Queens and she's getting all the wolf calls.
She gets catcalled, yeah.
She gets catcalled. And
she's excited by it.
Well,
which
okay, so I'm going to say something. This is going to be probably controversial.
Is this a leave behind or whatever you guys call it?
This is probably a leave behind for me, and maybe for everybody. And, I'd love to hear what people think. But there was a time in my life, and it doesn't happen now as much, but like I would leave my house. And if I didn't get a cat call, I'd be like, oh, like, what's wrong with me? This is me growing up in New York.
Mhm.
I'd be like, oh, I look like I must not look good today. That's how like demented and crazy like my brain was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of like thinking like that kind of that's okay. That sort of behavior. Look, I grew up in the 80s.
Listen,
in New York.
it's unhealthy validation.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Right. And now
Yeah.
I think it's just like my daughter's 16 and she's unbelievably beautiful, but she walks on the street and I see men looking at her and I'm filled with such a rage
Yeah.
of such, like, I want to be like, she's a child. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I will say, like, there was that element when she turns around, she's like, me. And they're like, the wolf
like,
whistles and
yeah.
all. And I thought like, oh yeah, I
mean, I
definitely
don't
had
think that
moments
it's
where I was like, unhealthy validation.
And of course, it was
Yeah.
construction workers, so we
course.
stereotyped the whole thing.
Right. I mean, and like, you can go as far, like, it's just like the male gaze and like all of these things that we're having these larger cultural conversations about over the last 20 years, especially, right? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's definitely a leave it for me.
Yeah.
But I can understand where like wanting that validation would
I had to
come
like
from.
for real check myself.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I've
I
been
can
like,
understand why, especially in the context of this show and this character.
Yeah.
Right.
In
That it's like she
that
walks
moment.
out of the salon in this moment. Like you have to contextualize it for what it is.
Because it also sets her up to go into mode thinking, okay,
I look amazing.
incredible. Yeah.
something right now.
Yeah.
And so, Betty's kind of, she's feeling herself. She gets to mode and they're in the conference room. They're having the meeting.
Well, first I do want to say she walks in after she's in the elevator with Bradford. She walks out again between Mark and America. The physical comedy of
Yes.
it all, like her sort of tripping on her heels, and then Mark,
Running
slashing
yes.
through to get the photo. It's just so. And again, Jim Hayman brilliantly directed because it was so smooth.
Yep.
But just that physical comedy,
Yeah.
like we just had it.
Mhm.
There wasn't a dull moment to be had.
Right.
No.
And so, and it's all feeling like, of course you expect Mark to be snarky and whatever and like make fun of Betty. Like that's not,
I think
that's
I have
no
my new
surprise.
screensaver.
Right. Like there's no surprise there.
Right.
But then when we're in the conference room and Wilhelmina stands up and just eviscerates her, like eviscerates her in a way that I don't even know. And looking at like poor Betty's face, standing there trying to like be stoic and not completely, break down. And I mean, Vanessa just,
Yeah. That was
ate that up. I mean, she just,
Yeah.
and it was so like calm and deliberate and just hideous. Like it was just so mean.
Yeah, she kept like sort of gesturing to Betty,
Yes.
but also to the photo and the thing. But did you notice, this is a little tiny thing, but did you notice when they were like, we can't have every issue be about like this, that, eating disorders, and then that painfully skinny woman gets up furiously and walks out.
And she says it's a
Eating
lifestyle.
disorder.
Think we can leave it.
That's a leave it.
I think we're gonna leave it.
But I laughed.
I laughed out loud,
loved
but
that.
I was like,
Out loud.
oh my God. And not actually getting the anorexic girl.
No, I laughed out loud.
'Cause
That's shame on me. But
I'm
yeah.
sorry to this woman, but she did not look well.
No,
She was gray.
Girl. Okay, so
So we
then-
actually cast that role. So shit, sorry.
Well, she fit the. I mean, it was.
I mean, she fit the bill.
I'm just saying it was for what it. But also the joke again, like the 12-year-old joke, we probably couldn't do it now.
Yeah.
There's a sweet scene with Daniel and Betty in the bathroom.
And this is the real. I think this episode is now really, really establishing this rapport and this friendship, this burgeoning friendship between the two of them.
Yeah.
Like, I think that, I don't know, like, especially in this scene, I'm just kind of like, oh, Daniel, like, is like has her back.
Yeah.
Or he's learning how to have her back.
He's learning how to have her back.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even in the conference room, he's like asking Will, he doesn't really ride for her.
No.
But he is kind of like, stop. Like
Yeah.
now it's becoming too much,
Yeah.
right? it's just like he's learning how to be her friend, and he's learning that he wants to be her friend, which I think is really sweet.
That is really sweet.
And she's not going to the lunch.
She's
says,
like, take Amanda.
Take Amanda.
Then we see Willie being ditched by the senator. We find out that that's the dad.
That the senator
dad.
comes in and is like, you're just a creative director still. And she has all of her accolades out. And then he just like walks out of the room, and she just goes with him, like, you know, forlorn.
Devastated. I mean, that's the thing about Vanessa Williams. I mean, just a look. It just, and it says everything it needs to say. She doesn't need lines. She didn't need anything. You just knew. I mean, just, she's so.
She's brilliant.
God, I guess she's so amazing. So now we're at the restaurant.
We're at Madison.
What's it called?
Madison 6.
Madison 6.
Not 11 Madison. We're at Madison 6.
Whatever.
Hola,
well, you remember 11 Madison.
Hola.
Yeah. As she's trying
What does your dad do for a living? Investment banker. Well, that was his dream if he ever got out of the barrio.
The barrio.
The barrio.
And everyone's just like, and then, so obviously, you know, Vincent Bianchi is like clearly not fooled. He keeps like pressuring Amanda to answer these questions. And then Daniel, once again, is just having these realizations that he's gonna just be a good guy, essentially. Like, you know, like, because I don't know. I feel like in watching especially in the first episode, for example, like in the pilot, you know, you're setting up that this guy's gonna be like a thorn in Betty's side, and like not be a good, like, just not be a good guy.
Just like, and so, or be sort of like 2-dimensional. And I love that we gave everybody so like some real depth. And it comes out in these little, you know, these little things that, again, to your credit, the casting, like, I think that these actors in particular could just with a look or with a sigh or with it, whatever it was, really just embody that emotion and convey it, you know, and it was so exciting to watch that. And you're right. I think Eric did a beautiful job with that.
Really layered.
I did miss the scene where Betty is telling, she's like, I gotta go and give this thing to Daniel. He left it. And Mark's like, I'll take it. And she's like, oh yeah, I am from Queens. I will hit you.
Yes. Yes. I wrote that down too.
Queen.
I forgot about that.
Good. Yes, Queen.
That she, you know, and also like we're establishing that Betty's like, you know what? I need to buck up too.
Yeah.
Like I cannot be walked all over like this.
No. And she's so cute. There's that moment she comes in. And she comes into her entrance again with this thing. It's like she sees him, she sees Vincent Bianchi, and she just like, and Eric is like, he really wants to meet you. This is Betty Suarez, and her smile, and just her sort of like her mannerisms, the way she pushed up her glasses and like greets him, and you know, America just is so incredible in this role, and it's just those little nuances that like really just break my heart. And at the same time, like make it sing and like all of the emotions, all of the feelings.
Oh, and she's standing at the hostess stand.
Yes.
And the maitre d' says, you know, he's saying you can't come in. And she's saying, but he's right there.
Exactly.
He's right there. You know,
like, let me just give it to him.
Just right there.
Yeah.
And like,
so
sorry
sweet.
that she's bothering you, or she says that she's with you.
And she grabs a matchbook for you.
Yeah.
Come on. That was so cute.
And they get Vincent Bianchi
Vincent
because of Betty.
Because she has cojones.
Period.
So
and then
she saved and I guess, you know, moral of the story, you don't have
when
to
Bradford
change.
comes in to tell Daniel, and Betty's at her desk.
Yes.
And he says, you know, he hits his intercom. Do you know what an intercom is?
Don't be nasty just because I didn't know what his DRX
I have notes. He says, you know, send an email telling everybody that Bianchi's doing the shoot. And she says, "Shut up!"
So cute.
So cute.
I want to just.
By the way,
and she says, "Oh yes, Daniel."
Yeah, she does that like in real life all the time.
It's just.
She's always like, "Shut up!"
Yeah, and that she was just so happy to like see him win too, like that he now gets this kind of some semblance of approval like from his dad, like you know.
It was nice.
Yeah,
she did all of it.
And then Willie throws a huge temper tantrum. Mark takes away the beautiful flowers. Like he's just used to her sort of throwing these temper tantrums. And then we go home. I loved those jeans that I was wearing. Those white jeans. I think those actually work, Cavalli. I think
Were
that
they?
was my
I
first
think so,
Cavalli
too.
moment.
I think so.
Eduardo, our costume designer, threw me
He was
a
sick of
little
you
bone.
asking, probably.
How dare you? How dare you?
I mean, you know,
Where's the lie?
I'm here to be your
She's
truth
not
bomb,
lying.
baby.
She is not lying.
Girl.
And I loved the like Hilda, Betty, and Ignacio moment of like, you know, Hilda's at the fridge and Ignacio's like, "That's my girl," and Hilda's like, "Well, yeah, of course." And then, you know, Betty gives Hilda her flowers,
Yeah.
and they all like. I just thought that was.
And then she goes and dances with Justin. And then we come out of the window.
yes,
Yeah.
That shot
again,
coming out of the window.
I remember it
Oh
like
my
if it
God,
was
the chills everywhere.
yesterday.
Mhm.
And
I
also,
remember
y'all took
these
the
things,
wiggle.
That
were
was
dancing.
choreographed boots.
Yeah.
That was choreographed.
Yeah, that
But
was
it was
great.
the sweetness of being able to pull out
Mhm.
Hilda and Ignacio dancing
Yeah.
and the two of you doing Dance Revolution.
And
Yeah.
I just believed it. I believed
And
every
that's
second
when
of it.
Yeah.
everybody fell in love
Yeah.
with the Suarez family.
It was so. I
And
remember the dance.
By the way, I think that was I think we were 3 episodes in when we got nominated for the Globe.
I think you're right.
And I think we may have sent in the pilot and that episode for
Mm.
consideration.
No kidding.
I think so.
I
yeah.
think that is
So
that
think about
is
it.
great.
You guys were on the air for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And your
Wow.
life changed as we knew it.
That's 100%.
Well, the Hollywood Foreign Press got something right.
Yeah, they did.
And Mark is still a queen for a day.
That's right. Every day.
Queen every day.
Yeah. I'm
No,
queening
you're-
out.
You're not. You're so not. All right. Well,
That
that,
is
was
the
our
episode.
fabulous
And
episode 3.
Teri, thank you so much for coming on
Our
and giving us
fearless
all the real
leader.
tea.
I
You guys
know.
are so welcome. Listen, every time we come in to do these, I love you guys so much. I want to take my skin off.
I know.
And the fact that we get to do this every week and share it
It's just
with
a
the
ball.
fans,
I know.
and we get to walk back through and
I
think
know.
and
about
to hear all the backgrounds
I
too
know.
from you.
I mean, we're learning stuff about the show.
It's also
too.
reminding me of all these things
Yeah.
at those moments.
Yeah.
And it's so wonderful.
yeah. Okay, Marky, before we wrap, and all of you guys, before we wrap up, we just want to take a moment to answer a few questions and
Yay.
also read a few comments that you guys have been sending in to us. It means so much
You've
to
been
us.
so generous, and we're just so very excited about your reception to the pod. So.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for listening, and we love you guys so much. And all of your questions, no matter what they are welcome. So, and if you have any other questions, you can send them in to the Instagram at Viva Betty Podcast. And you can also email us at vivabettypod@gmail.com. And Mark is going to read a really sweet comment that we got.
It is not a question, but a really lovely comment. And we just thought that it was very sweet. It's from @It's Eric Appleseed. Honestly, I can't even tell you how much love and profound personal change Betty has brought to my life. It's truly from the deepest part of my heart. What's never talked about is how compassionate and sensitive the show was about mental health and the beautiful messiness of being human. They authentically allowed these characters to completely mess up, to forgive with grace, and to ultimately just exist. That alone has given me such a gift. The profound understanding that we are all beautifully complex and nuanced, and we are absolutely allowed to be ourselves. Watching Betty figure herself out, navigating her identity, her relationships, and her constant desire to be a genuinely good person. It's been a true, comforting mirror to my own self-growth. Her incredible strength isn't some sugary sweet fantasy. It is a deeply felt, realistic, positive outlook that I fucking love. The writing is perfection. The attention to detail meant to give every single character... The attention to detail meant that every single character received an arc of immense and organic development, all of them truly growing into the people they were meant to be. And all of that beautiful growth radiated outward from Betty's commitment to living authentically. I watch this show almost every day like a warm hug. When life feels dark, when I struggle to accept who I am, or when hope seems lost, I always find my way back to Betty. Every day I ask myself, what would Betty do?
Oh my God, I love that. Thank you so much. I actually was listening to that yeah.
I think that it's interesting. Well, first of all, thank you so much for your comment, and that means the world to us. But I do feel that it's kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah, it is.
On the pod a lot.
It's exactly what we're talking about.
And I think that I'm having a very similar experience watching it for the first time.
Since it's your first time watching
yeah,
it.
like I'm having a very incredible experience doing that. Like to be like, wow, this makes me feel good. Like it's a show that makes you feel good, and I just while it was not a question, we just thought it was really
we just wanted to read it because it was really beautiful, and I feel like you
extremely
really
well written, by the way.
Oh, say that.
I mean, it was extremely well written.
Now, at Wade.Kratzker has a question. What got y'all into podcasting about the show?
They asked us.
We do this. I can't even tell you the amount of times we're hanging out. My husband always calls Marky and I table for two.
That's right.
Because we just get together and just talk a lot of shit. And so everybody has always been like, you guys should have a podcast. You guys should have a podcast.
Yeah. And then for I don't know. I think that maybe we said it long. We said it long enough.
We manifested that
until the great Teri Weinberg
called us up one day,
literally
and was like,
out of the blue. What seemed like out of the blue.
It seemed like it. It felt like it.
Being like, hey, we've been working on this, and we want you to do it. And we were like, okay,
done. Like, yeah, please.
Like a bet,
we do this on our own anyway. So, but thank you for the question. It's honestly like what we do every day. So why not do it?
Well, we
here?
also love spending time with one another, and any excuse to talk about, the experience that brought us together.
And to reconnect with all of our old pals,
That's right.
And also, I mean, he's never watched the show. So to me, I thought that's such a good hook. Like, he's never watched it. And wouldn't it be fun to watch it with all of you guys?
Yeah.
So
our final question is from a very long so we're just calling them EA. Thank you so much for your question.
EA.
Can we have an episode discussing
together.
the celebrity guests on the show, along with Mark and Anna's experiences with the many iconic people who have appeared? I mean, I would love to do an episode discussing all of the like celebrity guest stars that we've had on the show.
I think as the episodes go, per episode, if we've had interaction with said guest star, we will be spilling all the tea.
Yeah,
because I've got some really good ones.
Yeah,
but yes, we are definitely going to be doing that.
Yeah,
with our fabulous guest stars.
We also talked about like Debbie Mazer. That's a big celebrity get.
Oh my God.
And
Martha Stewart.
But
I want to save it because
yeah.
we're coming up on some really, really iconic ones. And so when we do the episodes and they are on, we will be spilling all the stories about how they were on set. Trust and believe.
And next week, by the way, and speaking of celebrities.
I mean, not a guest star,
well, guests on the pod.
Guests on the pod.
Would you like to tell them?
Vanessa Williams.
Vanessa Williams is going to be on the pod next week.
Sorry, you guys. Just only the most amazing human.
Like, we have so much fun with her every single time that we see her.
She's such a bug out.
She is incredible. The most generous woman, I think, in the world.
Literally shirt off
her back. I think that she has actually given you a shirt off of her back.
1,000%. I told her I liked her jeans, and literally within an hour, those jeans were in my trailer.
That's right.
These are yours.
So come back next week for episode 4, Swag, and part 1 of our conversation with Vanessa.
We love you so much.
Love you guys.
Mwah.